This is cool.
So what we have here is Colorless. This cover is really cool. It's actually what made me grab this manga. The title is in the background, and we have the two characters right in the center with a little bit of color. The cover is even glossy. Now for the back. Let's see what this is about. A stylish neopunk thriller set in a world stripped of both color and humanity. A cosmic disaster changed the world forever, stripping away every last drop of color from the world. Mankind also has changed. The familiar human face is almost forgotten in the world, now populated wholly by mutants. Against the backdrop of a moody urban landscape, a lone wolf investigator named Avidia relies on both his wits and extraordinary gun to hunt down the world's last hidden scraps of color. He soon crosses paths with a very special girl, one who might hold the key to bring back what the world has lost. This is really interesting. Their world has been stripped from color, but manga are made in black and white, so would that mean this book is actually in color? There's one word that comes to mind when describing this manga. It is Batman. The main character, Avidia, really does remind me of Batman. Even the city is very Gotham-like. Not to the extent to the crimes, but it's very dark and gloomy, and people have lost humanity. The main character is awesome, smart, all in black. Although he's not in a cape, he wears a cool coat and investigates crimes in a corrupted city. This manga pulls you into the world very well. It's so fascinating that there's a lack of color, and that it has an effect on society. Not only do you see it, but you feel that humanity is gone. And I don't mean that because the humans are mutated into monsters. It feels gloomy. There is so much loss. I don't know how the creator did it, but I know that this manga is missing its color. This concept is new and fresh. It's a post-apocalyptic setting, yet not cyberpunk and not that desert punk vibe. And when color does show up, it feels right, and you know it's special. That being said, the art. This is debatable. It's whether you like it or you don't. It's not polished, and it has a sketchy look to it. It can come across as busy and too distracting. I will say a lot of the characters look the same, and I mean the mutated human. I had to find something very distinct about them, like large teeth or nostrils, or the location of their eyes. The designs of the action scenes are also chaotic and confusing. I think it might be because the art style. I like the art style, but it's lost to what is happening. I had to see at the end of the fight scene to know what happened, if somebody was thrown or punched. The pacing of this manga overall is good, but the action parts just need work. The lore is fed in small amounts. It's not overwhelming, which is good because there is a lot to be told. This may seem like this manga might be bad, but it's actually really good. I really enjoy this series. What I do know is the concept and the characters is awesome. Speaking of the characters, the main character Avidia, or Avi, looks like an edgelord, but he actually leans towards the gentleman type. I love his helmet design and the gun. Did you happen to notice on the cover that his helmet, gun, and body has color? I mentioned his helmet, and with the main character without facial expressions, the creator did a great job at expressing Avi in many different angles and tons of poses, even his tone when he speaks. The other characters, sadly, are there for explaining the plot, info dumping, and explaining the situations. Not completely. There are some characters that give the situation more lighthearted feeling, like joking. The girl on the cover is set up for future development, but her character is cliche. Amnesia and the key to solve the problem. There's growth for her though. She's not annoying. She's very cute. There are some characters that are going through some troubles. It may be the writing or maybe the fact that I can't tell who's who. I couldn't connect to these characters. I really didn't have emotional connection to any of these characters. Volume 1 is a big setup. Its mission is to establish the world, the current and past events, the plot, and the threats. If you're a character-driven kind of reader and one that wants depth, this may not be for you. That's not the focus of this story. I have one big pet peeve though, and I can't overlook it. The antagonist to Avi pulls away from a fight when they were winning. They would have killed Avi, but he's just so cool. They wanted to fight him later, and this was just a test. I agree, Avi is awesome. Maybe it's just me, but this lowered my rating for this manga. Speaking of rating, 5 being absolute neutral, 10 being the best thing I've ever read, I give Colorless a 6. There is a lot of potential to this manga, and the plot is fascinating. If you are a Batman fan, I recommend it. There is no gore and the violence is very tamed. Although says 13+, I think it's a little more older just because of the themes.